Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to Training Tuesday. I'm so excited to get these going again. They are so much fun. I'm just going to invite some people here. I'm just using my phone because it's way easier. And then we'll get started. So as usual, I'm going to save this. And so if you're watching the recording, just skip forward a little bit. But I'll try not to be too long before we get started here. Just give me a moment. So we're going to talk about the Hostess kit tonight. Hey, if you're popping on, please go and invite whoever's in the group. Invite your downline. Oops. Whatever. Just make sure to invite some people, please, because I can only invite so many. I'm so excited to start Training Tuesday again, guys. I really did miss doing this. And I'm really excited to start it again. Okay, I think I invited enough people. So if anybody else is watching, just go and invite some friends, please. Let me close that on my phone so it doesn't drain my internet. Okay. Earn a kit. My absolute favorite thing that Scentsy has ever given us consultants. So I've got a lot of information. So, first of all, if you're thinking about recruiting, or you want to start increasing your recruiting, I suggest that you inform yourself, you prepare yourself. Have screenshots of each kit, or the pictures of each kit, real life photos of each kit in your photo album already on your phone. Make sure that every day you are intentionally talking to people about building your team. So whether that be, your friend who purchases a ton of Scentsy from you, just be like, hey, have you ever considered doing what I do? Like, we don't have to be spammy about it. Or if you don't want to outright ask her, you can always be like, hey, look, I have a discounted starter kit because you're going to have a bulk order going in. So you're going to say, hey, I have a discounted starter kit and I was wondering if that was something that you'd be interested in. And if you're not interested in it, do you have any friends who are? That way it's sort of like you're not directly asking them, but you're still getting the point across to them. So let's start right from the beginning though. So Earn a Kit is $77 Canadian. The Hostess Kit is $77 Canadian and $59 US. Now, that will automatically have some of the cost lowered because you will be using your Hostess credits toward it. And we'll go through this sort of more closer to the end, but it's not always your host that's joining. Sometimes you're just offering this kit to somebody else on a bulk order. So in that case, you can give them the discount you decide. You can either tell them that, hey, the kit's $77, you leave a penny in your Hostess credit before you add the kit, and they pay the full $77 plus tax. Or you can say, you know what, I'm going to give you $20 of my Hostess credit. So instead of $77, your kit is $57 and, plus tax and whatever. So it's up to you in that case. So the Hostess kit can be added to any party that is Canadian $265 or US $200 or more. It is free at 500 PRV, so 500 US or 665 Canadian. I always, when I'm having a party, I always ask the host, because clearly she has a group of friends already that are interested. And when I ask the host, I give her two options. Option one is just her Hostess rewards, just this many half price items and this much Hostess credit. Option two is this many half price items, a kit valued at $200 plus, a commissions check that will be blank, and then I'll figure out what the commissions check is. And then I'll add, not to mention you're more than halfway to your, first goal, or if they've already hit shooting star and their kit is free, I'm going to say to them, you've already earned this kit for free, this $200 kit for free, or $200 valued kit for free. And so really, you're already winning. You might as well, because you've earned your first goal. You've got this kit for free. You're halfway to your first pay raise. Like, what are you saying no for? And when you lay it out like that, most people are like, you know, you're kind of right. Like, you're right. So I would encourage them with the two options. I posted two graphic in here the other day, kind of like showing that and then a blank version. I would always use that, but I would also type it out to them, because sometimes they have a killer party and they don't realize that they would be an amazing consultant, right? So search in the workstation in the resources, or you can check the albums tab in this group, Wickless and Wonderful here, for the kit contents. And like I said, you should always have those on hand. You have to always be prepared. You wouldn't go to a trade show without catalogs or business cards. So you're not going to go about your daily recruiting, and it does have to become a daily effort. You're not going to go about your daily recruiting without the tools that you need. So make sure that you have those saved in your phone. So a hostess can still purchase the full kit and can still get the PRV flipped. So let's talk about the flip a party portion now. If this is your hostess who now wants to join, so you can send them all of that PRV. And you can also send them PRV from orders that have been placed on the PWS or individually and attached to the party. So the way it works is, if the order has been placed, it has to, in the month that it's been placed, it has to be moved in that same month. You can't wait till next month. So if your hostess's orders are in October, they have to be moved in October. They cannot be moved. No orders from November can be moved, okay, into that party or to that hostess. So what if your hostess doesn't want the Earn a Kit? What if she wants the full kit? No problem. When your party is done and you have all the orders waiting to close, and again, this is still okay with direct ship orders if you have them, but before you close the main party, your hostess is going to join with the full kit from your website. Make sure the party she signs up with is the same email as the party, like the one you have in her hostess account on the party side in your workstation. And once she joins up, you're going to log into your workstation, you're going to click open orders, you're going to go into that order, and you'll see that it says your hostess has joined Scentsy. Click here to flip the PRV. So if you toggle that little switch, it'll send all the PRV to her when you close the order. Now, if you have PWS orders, you have to call or message chat with them and have those manually moved over. I know they're thinking about making that automated, but I'm not sure if they have yet. So that is about the full kit and still getting the PRV flip. Not a problem. The hostess kit, so the Earn a Kit, will ship to the new consultant completely separately, and it ships for free. Okay? But it is paid for through the workstation side of the party. So when they get the email, you are going to be the one who has to add the payment for their kit. In the email, there will be, it'll ask them for credit card information for their PWS in the future. And so I make sure to explain that to every single Earn a Kit person, that it asks for your credit card information, but that's for your PWS. It's free for 3 months. In those 3 months, I'm going to show you why it's worth the $12 or $10 that it is, etc. But if they are paying for a portion of that kit or all of that kit, they have to pay with it to you through the workstation. But it will ship separately from your hostess rewards, and it does ship for free. So it's only the cost plus taxes. There's no shipping. And like I said, it ships separately. So don't worry about your hostess rewards. They'll still go to where you choose in the workstation. So it can also be used with bulk orders. Like every order I close, every single order I close, I send messages. And I don't send like 2 or 5. Like, I send messages, okay? And if I'm like sitting down and I'm like, okay, I don't know who to send messages to, like it's been, too soon since I've messaged all these people, they haven't gotten back to me or whatever, I need some new contacts, then I go to groups. And I don't go to groups where, I don't go to local groups. I go to groups outside of my zone, okay? Barrie, okay, Calgary. It doesn't have to be anywhere local to you. Just go out there into different Facebook groups and ask if anybody has ever considered joining Scentsy, or would you join Scentsy if you could at a discount. People will come out of the woodwork. Now, fair warning, you're going to get assholes sometimes. Sorry if there's any little children around. But you're going to get people who are just rude, okay? Delete their comment, block them, and just move on. Don't engage. They are not worth your time. But if you go out there and you post in different groups and just say, hey guys, I have a discounted kit. Like if anybody is interested in it, let me know. You will get people who are interested. And then you make sure to write them on a list so that next time you have a discounted kit with a bulk order, you can contact them. We have to stop thinking of this as bugging people, because we're not. Think of what Scentsy has done for each of us, the opportunities it's opened for each of us. I want to give that to as many people as possible. I mean, if I can help somebody else earn a trip, earn their honeymoon, whatever, I am more than happy to do that. And so that's why I offer this to everybody. So that's what we have to think about it. Like I said, you can recruit all over Canada and the US, so you can find a party hostess in the States if you want to open up to the States. Find a party hostess down there. Ask them to do a party for you and then flip the party over to them. Convince them that they should join up. Look at how amazing you did, right? That's how you open up your US leg of your team. So don't just think you're just stuck to Canada or just stuck to your city or your province. You have all of Canada. You have all of the states. I mean, you even have Mexico. You even have Europe, Australia, New Zealand. There's many, many, many opportunities. Denmark, I'm pretty sure, just opened up. Many opportunities with Scentsy. So, really think about who you have in your contacts that could benefit from what we do. Okay, so when I have a hostess kit from a bulk order, like I said, I send messages galore, and I'm talking like 10, 15, 20. I literally sat down the other day and I was like, okay, I have this hostess kit. I have 2 hostess kits and I need to get rid of them. I need to close these orders. So when Nathan asked what I was doing today, I was like, I'm recruiting people. I'm getting people to join my team. I'm giving away these kits. And he was like, okay. And I'm like, yep, no, I'm going to sit down. I'm going to have it solidified. Sometimes that's what you have to do, because how many times have we sat down and been like, we need this much more PRV to hit our goal, or this much more PRV to, get our bonus. So let's take that same attitude and drive and turn it towards recruiting. Sometimes we don't do things because they feel hard or scary, and I'm the biggest one for this, because I'm going to be honest with you. So the reason I'm a little late for this call is because I was in accelerated leadership. We have a call every Tuesday at 8, which is why Training Tuesdays at 9. They used to be at 8 for those who were around before. So once accelerated leadership is done, they'll get moved back to 8. But anyways, for accelerated leadership, you absolutely have to have 2 new recruits and 2,000 PRV and 4 parties not hosted by yourself. And if you don't do one of those 3 things, you lose one of your chances, and you only get 2 chances. And it's a 3 or 4 month program. We're in our 2nd month. So I didn't realize that I thought I was putting effort into recruiting, but really that I wasn't, because now that I have no choice, that I need to get those 2 recruits so I don't get kicked out of this program, I have put way more effort and way more time and just thoughts, and you know what I mean? I've sat down and been like, okay, I don't have a choice. I have to do this. And if I have to do this, I have to do this. So I think sometimes we save that sort of attitude for PRV, but we shouldn't. We should open that up to team building as well. Because it's a very vital part of our business. And we all know that doors start opening up as you start to build your team. So anyways, I send messages, I post on my personal page, my VIP page sometimes, not as much, but sometimes, my different buy and sells, locally, not so much. I try to stay non-local, but I post everywhere, and I send as many messages as I physically can think of, and I just try and get the word out there. It's a numbers game, it really is. So I'm going to explain, last but not least, I'm going to explain the whole Earn a Kit from start to finish, the whole process of signing somebody up through it. And then I'm open for questions. So if you guys have questions, let me know in the comments. I'm going to actually just swipe them away while I go through this step-by-step process, because otherwise I'll forget something. So full thing. So I have a party. It is at, by the way, before I go through this, I'm just going to add, especially now that we can use individual orders and our PWS, of course, to attach to parties, we should be building our parties, each and every one, to 665 or 500 PRV, 500 for the States, before we close them. Just keep throwing individual orders, PWS orders, LTO orders that you enter through the PWS and individual. Just keep attaching them until you get to that 665 or 500 PRV hostess base, because then you have a kit option for free. And I'm serious, guys. Like, how many people can you think of on your Facebook page? I'm sure we can all, if we sit down and really think, we can all think of at least one or two people on our Facebook page who are struggling right now. Honestly, like it's a tough time for people. And so sometimes I wonder, like I'm very lucky. In my toughest times, I've always had Scentsy. But sometimes I wonder, and I see what other people, like what Scentsy has done for other people in their toughest times. And I know what it's done for me in my toughest times. So if I can earn myself, or if I can earn that kit for free and gift that to somebody, bless that to somebody who might need that blessing in their life, then like I'm totally happy with that. So don't feel like you're giving away your hostess credits or anything like that, because at 665 you'll still have some left over to spend for yourself. I think you still have about 30 odd $40 to spend for yourself. Plus you have 3 half price items and a perpetual. So like still tons of stuff. But just consider that. Just consider who on your Facebook page might benefit from a blessing like that. Just before I go through this. Okay, so I have a party. It's at 665, so it means I have okay, we're going into Canadian dollars here, guys, because my brain only works one way when I'm doing these sorts of things. Party's at 665. I have 100 plus, I think it's 110 or so, in hostess credits, and I want to give this kit away to somebody. So I go on Facebook, and I say something like, if you could join Scentsy for no out-of-pocket cost, would you? Or if you could join Scentsy for a very, very minimal cost, would you? And I send messages to all of my potentials, and I'm like, hey, I have an amazing deal on a starter kit. Let me know if you're interested. It's only available for like 24 hours. And then just in case those people don't bite, I start sending a couple messages to other people who I haven't spoken to about recruiting. Maybe they just buy a lot of Scentsy, or they've hosted parties for me in the past, or they know a lot of people who like Scentsy or host parties. And I just send them a quick message, and I'm like, hey, I have a wicked deal on a starter kit. I was just wondering if you knew anyone who would be interested in it. I would hate to see it go to waste. And then I wait. And then people start getting back to you. No thank you, I'm okay for now. Oh, I know just the person, let me connect you with her, all that kind of stuff. And then once you get the person who wants the kit, because it's going to happen, if you send enough messages, I promise you it'll happen. I promise. So you have the person now. Now what? So you talk to them, you answer their questions. Remember that less is more. I mean, you're not going to withhold any information because that's really weird and scammy, but don't overwhelm them with information. Like, we all like to talk. We all like to, we get excited. We get word vomit. I'm the worst for it. Everybody here knows. So don't do that. Just calmly, answer their questions. Don't overwhelm them with information. If they want, sometimes I offer them it depends. You can kind of tell. Some people need more information. Some people are okay with less information. So go with your gut. So now they have all the information. They're like, okay, I'm good. I want to do it. Let's go. So I ask them for their delivery address, email, and phone number. I make sure, this is why it's very important, guys, that you have everybody's, all your customers' carts have their own carts. Don't put them all in your cart or in the hostess cart, because now you have to go and you got to change your host, and it's going to dump your cart. And I'm pretty sure, was it Angela who we dumped carts like 4 or 5 times and really got frustrated with that? But either way, so you're going to click edit details, and you're going to change your host. Put this new person in as your host, click through party page, whatever, and then go into her cart, click Hostess Credit, type host, and host exclusive kit will pop up. Make sure to pick English or French if she's French, or Spanish if she's Spanish, you know, US, Canada, whatever. And she's going to get an email. So the email comes, this first email comes pretty immediate. So contact her and ask her to go check her email. And she has 24 hours to fill out that email. Now, a couple of things in that email. Yes, it asks for her SIN. She's signing up to be a consultant. She's going to get a commissions check. She's going to get a tax form at the end of the year if she makes over a certain amount. Scentsy needs her SIN to set up her, you know, consultant account. It's no different than, you know, getting a job. No one's going to see, you and I don't see her SIN. Only the people at Scentsy can. And only the ones that sign up and set up the account. Number one. Number two, it's going to ask her for credit card information. Like I said earlier in the video, the credit card information is for the 4th month of the PWS. The first 3 months are free. It charges on the 4th. I generally say that I'll show you how I can make that, how it's worth it, and we can always switch it over to your pay portal once you get paid on the first day. So that's something important to think of, because those are the most common questions I've seen. So she's going to fill out that form and she's going to submit it. Make sure you ask her to tell you, because sometimes you get an email, sometimes you don't. I think it really just depends on how overwhelmed the system is. So I'm like, okay, I'm here for any questions while you fill out that form. You know, let me know when it's filled out and you enter it so I can close the order. So then they're going to come back and they're going to say, okay, it's all done whenever you're ready. So you're going to go back to the workstation. You're going to click open orders. You're going to click edit orders. And when you look in her cart, you're going to see your host has finished her enrollment. Click here if you want to flip the PRV, and then it'll say yes or no, and it'll tell you how much can be flipped. If this was a hostess and this was her party, you are going to flip it. Again, it'll only be unpaid PRV. It will not be any individual or party orders that have been attached. For those, you need to call consultant services. If this is just a random person who's taking advantage of the hostess kit, you're not flipping PRV. Not unless they've brought you orders. That's your PRV, and I don't recommend giving it to them. That's just me. Use your hostess rewards, whatever's left over, any half prices, any other hostess credits. And again, the kit will ship separately. The host rewards will ship to whoever you chose on the first or second page there when you were editing the details and changing the host. It generally defaults to consultant's address, but you should go back and check if you're unsure. That's it. If there is a balance for the kit, make sure your hostess e-transfers you, gives you a credit card, or PayPal's you, whatever. If the kit is free, there's nothing for her to pay for. You just close the order on your end, and boom. Lately, there's been a delay of a couple of hours, but once the order is closed, you have a new consultant in your team. The person who decided to claim the hostess kit is now a Scentsy consultant, and you can go about promoting her new business any way that you feel and she feels necessary, or they feel necessary. So yeah, that's the process from start to finish. It's very simple. It takes a while to speak it out, but it's very simple. It's not that I don't think it's that challenging. I've done quite a few of them, and they're not that complicated. They've actually simplified the process, which is really, really nice. Okay. Does anybody have any questions about the hostess kit, earn a kit, flip a party, anything like that? Because I am here to answer them before we're done for the night. I'm trying to keep these short. I'm not too bad. I want to make sure that they're rewatchable without like boring you to tears, because I have ADD and that's my problem. So let me know if you guys have any more questions. I'll happy to answer them. As usual, feel free to send me a text or a Facebook message, and if you guys know me, I'll go on some rant through voice messages for like 5 or 7 minutes, but hopefully you guys get something out of them. I'm not seeing any questions come through. Can we offer the Hostess kit to U.S. customers, or it would have to be a U.S. party. So what I do, because I'm open to the States, is I will do pre-orders for stuff in the States, like the NFL, the NHL, Jack, that kind of stuff. And I make sure to do it in increments of 200, because I'm not giving anyone a free kit in the States, sorry. Because I don't have anywhere to send the rest of the Hostess rewards. I do something better. I give them the Hostess rewards. But yeah, I do it that way. I do it in increments of 200, so I have multiple kits to give away in the States. That's what I find is most helpful. Okay? All right, guys. Well, you have a fantastic night. If you have any more questions, please, please, please let me know. I am happy to help. And, yeah, have a great day.